אליך לא ייגש רק בעיניך תביט בשלומת השם תראה כי אתה אדוני מחזיר עליון שמת מעונך לא תאונה לך רע ונגלה יקרב עליך כי מלאכה בצווה לך לשמורך בכל דרכיך על כפיים יישאוך פן תיגע באבן רגליך שחל ופתן תדרוך תרמוס כפיר ותנין כי בי חשק ואכלתהו אסגרהו כי ידע שמי יקראני ועיני מוינו קצרה אכלתהו ואכבדהו אורך ימים משביעהו וערהו בישועתי אורך ימים משביעהו וערהו בישועתי מזמור לדוד אדוני רואי לא אחסר בינות דשא ירביצני על מי מנוחות ינהלני נפשי ישובב ינחני במעגלי צדק למען שמו גם כי אלך בגיא צל מוות לא אירא רע כי אתה עמדי שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחמוני תערוך לפני שולחן נגד צורריי דשנת ושמן ראשי כוסי רוויה אך טוב החסד ירדפוני כל ימי חיי ושבתי בבית אדוני לאורך ימים. A Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me to the waters in places of repose. He renews my life. He guides me in the right path as befits his name. Though I walk through the valley of deepest darkness, I fear no harm, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You spread a table for me in full view of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My drink is abundant. Only goodness and steadfast love shall pursue me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord for many long years. O Lord, what are you that we should regard you? We are like a breath. Our days are like a passing shadow. They are like a dream, like grass which is renewed in the morning. In the morning it flourishes, in the evening it fades and withers. The years of our life are few. Their pride is but toil, they are soon gone and we fly away. So teach us to number our days, that we may get a heart of wisdom. Guard the innocent and behold the upright, for there is posterity for a person of peace. Surely God will redeem my soul. The Lord redeems the souls of his servants. None of those who take refuge in God will be condemned. The dust returns to the earth as it was, but the Spirit returns to God who gave it. Just before I begin the eulogy today, I just commented to a number of people since COVID started. I think the largest funeral that I've attended was a total of 10 people. There were many, many restrictions. And today I look out here and I see a lot more than 10 people, that's for sure. And maybe it's just a tribute to Stuart that we're able to gather this way and really pay our last respects to Stuart. So I just want to, I'm going to give a little eulogy, and then afterwards Lynn is going to give a eulogy as well. So this eulogy is for Stuart Kohm, Shmuel Zalman, Ben Tzvi Hirsch, Vigolda. It's with great sadness that we say farewell today to Stuart Kohm. Stuart left us too early. Stuart was a special neshama. He had a bright and inquisitive mind. He was keenly interested in politics and current affairs, and he had a passion for learning. He was never at a loss of words to discuss and offer his opinions. Stuart also liked music. He loved music. He played guitar and taught many students. He taught them with great care. There was always a steady flow in his home. But Stuart's greatest legacy is he performed what is the hardest and perhaps one of the most important mitzvot, commandments, in the entire Torah. So important that it's included as one of the 10 commandments, Kabed et avicha ve'et imecha, honor your mother and father. We're told in the Talmud, and I quote, these are the matters that when a person does them, they enjoy a reward in this world and in the world to come. And they are honoring one's father and mother, an act of loving kindness and bringing peace between a person to another. Based on these words of our rabbis, Stuart will no doubt merit a great reward in the world to come. He loved his mother, Gloria. He was completely dedicated to her well-being. He honored her beyond the call of duty and always treated her with respect. The two of them were inseparable, and he cared for her in every possible way. I want to tell you all a story that's related in the Talmud. It's about a very great rabbi. His name was Rabbi Tarfon. And the Talmud tells us that Rabbi Tarfon performed the commandment of honoring his parents, his mother and his father, more than any other human being. And the story is told that one day he was walking with his mother in the street, and they came to a large puddle of water. And the only way to cross the puddle was for them to get wet. And Rabbi Tarfon put out his hands, and his mother stepped on his hand step by step, and he did that so that his mother's feet would not get wet. And she went to the other side. And the students observed the actions of Rabbi Tarfon, and they were shocked how he could do this. And they went to their rabbi, they went to their teacher, and they said, Rabbi Tarfon, you have performed the commandment of honoring parents more than any other person. And Rabbi Tarfon answered them and said, I haven't even done it to the small percentage of what I'm obligated to do. Stuart, you have followed the legacy of the great Rabbi Tarfon. I have no doubt that there is a great reward that is waiting for you in heaven. Tiyeh nishmato tzrura b'tzror hachayim. May your soul be bound in the eternal bond of life, and may we all say Amen. I'd like to call on Lynn, the sister, in order to deliver a eulogy.
My mother, Gloria, and our family, thank you all so much for the outpouring of love and support you have shown us in this very sad time. And thank you for attending today. It's a great comfort. My mother wanted me to honor her much-loved son, Stuart, and she has asked that I share her thoughts with you. My heart is broken at the thought that I will never see my beloved son, Stuart, again. We were so devoted to one another. I knew that I could depend on him to help me in any way I asked. Anything I asked of Stuart, he would do right away. We respected and loved each other. We had a very deep and special bond. I know that I could never have stayed in my home without his help. Stuart took pride in caring for me, the house, and the yard. We enjoyed each other's company. Stuart loved to play guitar, and often I would sit and listen as he played. How many evenings we sat together, had dinner, talked, and watched golf, the Jets, or the Bombers play, the news, current affairs, and crime shows. Stuart was a good soul with a kind heart. I don't have the words to describe the pain and loss that I feel. I was blessed with Stuart, my beloved boy. My beautiful boy for 55 years. Now my beloved son, you are in God's hands. I also wanted to speak about and honor Stuart. The oldest and most significant memory I have is when Stuart was brought home from the hospital. I was not quite 4 years old. The moment I saw Stuart, I fell in love with him. It was as if time stood still. He was my wondrous baby brother. I cherished him. We had a lot of fun growing up together. Stuart was a unique, one-of-a-kind guy. He was highly intelligent, curious, well-read, and knowledgeable on many topics. He liked to discuss politics, current events, and many diverse topics. Music was his passion. Stuart was extremely devoted to my mother, and I appreciated the kindness, care, and companionship that he provided to her. We received many messages and calls from Stuart's dear long-standing friends, Guy, Rick, Miko, Jerry, and Daryl from across Canada. This has been a great comfort. The boys used to hang out, jam, play hockey, golf, and go fishing. They spoke about Stuart being like a brother to them and how they will miss him. One friend wrote, "Your brother was like a brother to me. When you saw one, the other was not far behind. We grew up together, lived a lot of life together." Another wrote, "Stuart was our brother. We were tight. He is missed already." Another wrote, "My family loved him like a son. He was our brother. He will always have a special place in my heart. He was a good friend. I will miss him even more now that he has left the earth." They were all deeply saddened by hearing of Stuart's passing. Stuart had adventures with his friends, including a wonderful trip to Italy with his friend Rick, where he was welcomed into the Costa family, not only in Winnipeg, but in Italy. That was his most memorable trip. Stuart cared about his friends, and they were important to him. In fact, Rick has driven in from Thunder Bay today to honor Stuart. My dear friend Maureen, who grew up just a few houses away, whose brother Joey was very close with Stuart, wanted to share some of her memories, as she's unable to attend the service today. Stuart was a skinny boy with an impish grin, a devilish laugh, and blonde, angelic curls. Later, I remember his guitar. He was dreamy. He was both world-wise and sweet-natured, with a keen intelligence and a high sensitivity and compassion, especially for his family. At 15, 16, Stuart hung out on the front steps talking about life, family, and so forth. Later, I saw Stuart in Toronto, and he was all blue jeans and long hair and legs, looking a little like someone in an 80s rock band or like the bad boy in a high school movie. He waved at me with a shy smile from across the street in the middle of Toronto and said, "Hey, Maureen." And that was the last I saw of him. Neighbors on the street have also reached out to express their condolences, as Stuart had befriended many of them. One wrote, "I will never forget Stuart." When Stuart saw my son Daniel, his face would light up, with a big smile. And he would say, "Hey, Daniel, how's it going?" Clearly, Stuart touched many people. Unfortunately, Stuart had health issues as of late. And as I assisted Stuart and my mom, I was grateful to have had the time and opportunity to deepen our relationship, as Stuart and I shared and spoke from our hearts. His health issues were very challenging, and he succumbed. I'm overwhelmingly sad that my baby brother, my Stewie boy, is gone. May God protect you, Stuart. I love you. I miss you. I will cherish our time together. Now you will be in peace and be with our father, our sister, uncle, and grandparents.
We're now going to fill in the grave. And in Jewish tradition, this is considered to be a very, very important and valuable mitzvah. And the reason for that is because we have a concept that's called chesed shel emet, kindness, which is the kindness of truth. It's a kindness that you get nothing in return for. And this is the last act that we can do as a chesed, as a kindness to Stuart, and that is filling his grave. Who better to do it than the people who knew him, the people who loved him? So I'm going to ask everyone, there are shovels here, and I'm just going to ask everyone, you can take turns doing this. And the custom is that when you finish with the shovel, you don't hand it to the next person. You just put the shovel down. The next person will take the shovel and continue on, and will at least try to fill the casket itself. We're just going to have the tractor also push some dirt in. So everyone who's in this area here, we're going to ask you to move so the tractor can just come in through there. Fill a little bit so it's covered, and then he'll back out. We'll finish the service, and then you guys can come back. All right. Okay. according to halakha, you have to say kaddish when it's not covered. It's not covered.
We tried, but there's so many.
It's like clay. It's like clay.
Yeah, it's very hard.
So I'll just ask everyone to come forward again. That's good. Yeah, so you can hear the kaddish.
Here.
That's okay. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
We can take it.
That's good. Yeah, we could. Okay, we're going to now conclude the service. I want to thank everyone for your patience, and also Gloria, you are still being taken care of. So that's a very good thing. El Malei Rachamim, Shochen Bamromim, Hamtzei Menucha Nechona, Tachat Kanfei Ashchina, B'malot Kedoshim Uteorim, Kezohar Harakia Mazhirim, Et Nishmat Shmuel Zalman Ben Tzvi Hirsch V'Golda Shalach Le'olamo Bavur Shanu Mitpalim Bad Azkarat Nishmato Began Eden Tehe Menuchato Lachen Bal HaRachamim Yastireu B'Setek Knafav L'Olamim Yitzror B'Tzoach Chaim Nishmato Adonai Unachalato V'yanuach b'shalom amishkavo v'nomar amen. God, full of mercy, who dwells on high, grant perfect rest and peace beneath the sheltering wings of your divine presence. To the soul of Shmuel Zalman, the son of Tzvi Hirsch and Golda, who has gone to his eternal resting place, we will give charity and offer prayers in memory of his soul. May his soul be in paradise. Master of mercy, protect him forever. Bring him under the shelter of your wings. Let his soul be bound up in the eternal bond of life. May the Lord be his possession. May he rest peacefully. And let us say, Amen. We will now recite the Kaddish.
Eat Gadol v'eat Kadash. Shemei Rabbah, Be'alma Divrei Cherutei, Be'yamlich Malchutei, B'chayechon, Uvyon Mechon, Uvchaye Dechol Beit Yisrael, Ba'agala, Ubizman Kariv, Vimru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Ulamaya Alma'aya. Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitaleh V'yitalal Shmei Dekudsha Barichu Le'la Min Kol Birchata Visherata Tushbechata v'nei chamata da'amiron be'alma ve'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Israel v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimramav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Israel v'imru amen.
Thank you. This concludes our ceremony. I'm going to ask for 2 lines to form right over here. Lynn, if you just go with your mother. Just 2 parallel lines, and we'll now comfort the mourners. So if we can just have people standing here, and then people standing on that side over there. Straight here. Straight, yeah, just a straight line, facing each other. Okay, yeah. And Lynn, you'll just walk right through, right in the middle. Hamakom yenachem etchem im sharav leitzion v'Yerushalayim. May the Almighty comfort you with all mourners in Zion and Jerusalem. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Beautiful doing this. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. In the car, yes.